about child maltreatment? Some characteristics or aspects of it?
Well, child maltreatment actually is a cultural concept. You must remember that before our time, children were punished at school by teachers with rulers, with hitting them in their hand, making them face the wall, and it's the famous English education. Children were caned with a cane. The poor child was put on top of a desk, and he was caned on the buttocks a lot of times. That was preferable to be caned on the hands, because sometimes you could break the bones of the hands. And this was not only accepted by the parents, it was like advised by the parents, like hit him hard because he's very stubborn. So you hit him hard, he will learn faster. So this is why I'm telling you it's a cultural phenomenon. Now, with the late 20th, coming of the 21st century, caning and physical hitting has become a no-no, a prohibited thing, a voodoo thing, a vetoed thing, taboo. So nowadays, you can see it in the attitude of a child. He's usually withdrawn, shy. Well, if he's hit terribly hard by parents at home, you can notice his physical appearance. I haven't seen children sexually abused, although I've been a teacher for a long time, but I've seen children physically abused by their parents. And when I was a young girl like you are, I called the parent, and it was a very terrible experience for me, mainly because I didn't achieve anything. He started shouting at me, why would I interfere, da-da. And secondly, because like after 2 or 3 days after the meeting, the child came back all black and blue. You know what that is, black and blue? And after a long time, he started crying, saying that his father had hit him very hard because he had made a fool of the father in front of the teacher. So that's a real difficult situation when the parents are the ones who hit you. Because if I were you, I would dump that problem on the headmistress. I wouldn't deal with it directly, especially when you're very young. Because there are not many, we don't have many assets in our favor. We don't have many measures that we can take. What can we do as teachers? Except take note of the situation, but how can we remedy the situation? It's very complicated.
And have you ever taught a child who was maltreated?
Yes, I have.
And how did you identify the situation and how did you handle it?
But as I was telling you, I identified it. It was very easy. It was a very withdrawn child and very physically abused. And very frightened, very timid, very jumpy. But I don't think I handled it well. There were no results, except bad results, no positive results for the child. So, because it's a hidden thing. It's a thing, it's like abused women. They wear glasses, they deny it, the child will deny it. Most of the time, he will say that he bumped himself against a door. There are very few children who actually mention this because they're ashamed.
And what tips can you give to novice teachers in order to handle this situation?
As I was telling you, I think that the best thing is to note it, to find it, to detect it, and later on, since you don't have that much experience as a homeroom teacher, as a head teacher, give the case to the authorities, to the school authorities. Now, the school authorities will know, and they will have to, by law, if the things are terrible, to send the child to a specialist place, to a specialist authorities. This is what I would do, because we are not equipped. We don't have the equipment. We don't have the psychological know-how. Do you? I didn't find that I had it. And the one that I've learned was by experience and by age, but that doesn't come when you are a young person. And actually, I don't think we as a university give you that tool, because we're so busy teaching you how to teach and so busy teaching you the language that we don't have that as a. You see, teachers are everything. They have to teach handicapped children, slow learners, maltreated children. And we are like the holder of the values, the holder of the fort. So I would derive the problem to the proper authorities. I wouldn't do much. Because the father or the mother of the child will be older than you, obviously. And what are your credentials? You're a teacher of English, so what do you know? Don't mess with me. Don't get involved in my family problems. Who are you? So I would do that. The important thing in your case is constant observation. Observe, note, so that the person who has to deal with the problem has a portfolio where he and she can say, the child came in with a blue eye this day, another time. The child started crying in class without any possible explanation. All of these notes that you take will be very useful for the head teacher.
Thank you,